Hi, I'm Neil. This is my first Pecha Kucha. I'm based at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. I arrived less than 12 hours ago here in Seoul and am really pleased. There are a couple of slides here that will be reflective in nature, but we've only got 20 seconds or less for this reflection. Here's the first one. On a scale of 1 to 6, 1 being very unhappy and 6 being very happy, how happy are you right now? How happy were you last weekend? How happy were you in class last week? The goal to be happy is a universal, almost universal underlying goal in life. We need to think about what makes us happy. Why did you choose to become an English language teaching professional? Are you as happy today with that decision as you were the day that you made the decision? I have never looked back. There are lots of roles that we have in life. I'm an English language professional, a classroom teacher, a materials developer. I'm a friend, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. All of these various roles can sometimes cause me to get out of balance, and I get a little nervous. Sometimes we wear our busyness as a badge of honor. How many email messages did you get today? How many hours did you spend this weekend grading papers? Are you proud of the fact that you multitask? Multitasking actually isn't very good. Sometimes we get to the point where there's a blackout in our lives, that our roles are so overwhelming and demanding that we just zone out. And that's when we become so overwhelmed that we're not effective in accomplishing our goals and our desires, and we're not very happy with life. Take a minute and think, what are some of the roles that you have in your life? What are some of the ways that you have to multitask, but ways that we should be thinking about breaking these roles up into smaller chunks? This is one of those reflective few seconds. Are you the optimist among all of your colleagues? Are you the cheerful one when everything else seems to be going a little not so well in your environment? I think those of us that are trying to get greater balance in our roles can be happy even when things are difficult. Sometimes I fall into the trap of thinking that balance is making sure that everything is of equal weight. And when we think of balancing in terms of the traditional balance scale, we think that we only have 2 things to balance at a time. But I think that that's part of the trap. We think that everything has equal weight and that there are only 2 issues that need to be balanced. Rather than thinking about balancing things in this way, we've got to start looking at multiple roles that we play in our lives. In Scotland, near Stirling Castle, there is this saying above one of the doors just down from the castle, "Whate'er thou art, act well thy part." And I think if we want to balance things in life, we've got to be thinking, act well the part that you're in at that particular moment. I've seen this piece multiple times, but I've never focused on the magic squares below. The magic squares all total to 18 on the rows and the columns and the diagonals. What this helps me see is that with the different squares, not everything is of the same weight or the same value. You can flip-flop some of these squares, but as soon as you flip-flop things, it doesn't add up to 18 anymore. And that's a problem because then everything is out of balance. And we don't want to get things out of balance in a magic square. We want to keep things right. So think about some of your educational goals or your spiritual goals, your physical goals, your emotional goals, your social, your financial, your professional, your family, and your personal goals. Don't think that you've got to have them all equal weight. One of the best predictors of happiness is whether a person considers his or her life to have purpose. What is the purpose that you see you having on earth right now? Think about Rob's slides a few minutes ago. Where are you in that evolution? Cicero stated, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtue, but the parent of all others. There's some very nice work coming out of the University of California at Davis by Professor Robert Emmons on the importance of gratitude. And he is challenging individuals to keep a gratitude journal where every day, in order to achieve greater balance in life, to identify 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for that day. I've been keeping a gratitude journal for the last couple of weeks, and it's amazing how it is helping me to understand that I can't achieve perfect satisfaction in everything, and that perfect satisfaction doesn't exist, but that I can be grateful for a few things each day that happen in life. Sometimes we can become so overwhelmed with what's happening that we start feeling a little blue. And what I would encourage you is don't think, what if? Spending our time imagining how things would have turned out is really counterproductive in our lives and leaves us feeling unhappy. We want to get to the point where we're always remembering, whate'er thou art, act well thy part. And that thinking of the magic squares, not everything has an equal balance in life. Some roles are going to take a greater role at different times, and if we manage that, we'll be more successful.